How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Rocky Mountain EDC channel. So before I get into today's video content, I just want to say that 2023 was a very interesting year for me. So if you've been subscribed to the channel for a while, you know that 2023 I started this whole channel. And personally, I never really knew where the channel would go. I never had any main goals in mind when I started. I think that being someone who enjoys collecting pocket knives, enjoys talking about pocket knives, enjoys talking about everyday carry gear as a concept, you know, being prepared, having things on you, all of that combined, just being interested in it and, you know, watching videos and, you know, not really having a lot of people in my close circle that can relate to those things. You know, I found that community, this, whatever you want to call it, this pocket knife, EDC, everyday carry, knife collecting community on YouTube. And I just wanted to share my personal experience and what I think about pocket knives and what I enjoy, and just talking about it, just, you know, throwing up a video and sharing my thoughts. And the channel has just reached 1,000 subscribers. And I couldn't even imagine that the channel would have gotten to 1,000 subscribers within that time frame. So I am just beyond grateful and thankful for everyone that's subscribed and anyone that takes time out of their day to watch my videos. You know, there's thousands and thousands of videos on YouTube from plenty of other knife content creators or EDC creators sharing their thoughts. And I just appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos and, you know, listen to my thoughts. And, you know, commenting in the chat box, you know, if you disagree, if you agree. I love seeing that. I love getting to interact with you guys through the comments section. Just getting to see your all's thoughts, because again, you know, there really is no right or wrong opinions when it comes to this stuff, and that's partly why I like it. You know, you can like one knife or one EDC item for a particular reason because that's unique to you. You might like a certain tool or knife that someone else doesn't like, and that's great because there's so much out there and there's so much opportunity and really diverse things in the EDC community. I mean, there's something for everyone to enjoy, and I just really get to enjoy, you know, getting to see that and sharing my thoughts. So I just want to say, before I get into today's video, again, thank you for subscribing. If you are subscribed, if you're not, please subscribe if you enjoy the content. But just, you know, spending time with me and, you know, listening to me babble a little bit about my thoughts and opinions. So thanks again, and I wish everyone the best of luck in 2024, and, you know, I really thank you guys for a great past year. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. Today's video is going to be talking about the top knives for me that I carried in 2023. Now, this is going to be really a tough one because I did not carry every single one of these knives equivalently in terms of length of time. There's definitely some that I've carried more and used more. Now, I did give all of these knives that I'm about to show you guys a fair carry. So, you know, carrying them for, I say, you know, at least a week at a time, right? So it might be a week at a time, then another knife a week at a time, or another knife for 3 weeks, and then a different knife for 2 weeks. So at least giving it a week solid carry at a time. So not carrying it for a day and then putting it away for, you know, months. That's not what I'm talking about. So the knives that I'm going to show you have been my top carried knives for 2023. And partly this is really due to knives that I've wanted to acquire, that I've acquired. None of these knives are by any means the newest and the latest and the hottest knives out there, but they're knives that I've enjoyed, that I've wanted, and that I have carried in 2023. So one of the top knives that I've carried in 2023, without a doubt, has been the Manx 2, the Spyderco Manx 2. This knife is great. I got this knife late 2022, and I can say that this has been a very enjoyable knife. Kind of comparing it to the PM2, I would say that's one of its closest kind of comparisons. It's been a great knife to carry. It's excellent for everyday carry. It's just the right size. It's pocketable enough, but it's also capable enough that if you did need to do some heavier duty tasks that require a larger knife, this is going to do that as well as your small everyday tasks. So it's really a great knife. I've enjoyed carrying this. Every time I put it in my pocket, I never question its capabilities, and that's something that really sticks out to me. So first knife up on the list, the Spyderco Manx 2, just a standard version in black G10 and CPM S30V. Great knife, comfortable, usable, and reliable. Okay, so the next knife that I've carried a lot in 2023, without a doubt, the Benchmade Bugout. Now, the Benchmade Bugout got a lot of its carry time in the hotter months. So the months where, you're wearing some baggy shorts or some sport shorts or any type of lighter clothing, this was the knife that always went in my pocket. Mostly just due to the fact that this knife excels in what it was meant to do, and that is to be a light carry EDC. The Bugout, right? Bugout gets a lot of controversy. If you want to look at, my personal opinions about it, check out the video on the channel. But the Bugout, for its purpose, for what it's set out to do, does that thing very well. Now, we can get an argument about price and materials and yada, yada, yada. But this knife, without a doubt, great 2023 carry, and definitely spent a lot of the time in my pocket, especially with keeping in mind I don't want something heavy, right? The Manx 2, talked about carrying this. This is a little heavier and a little dense, right? Nice carry, but this Bugout was really nice to carry due to that lightweight aspect, thin profile. So this spent a lot of the time in the pocket for 2023. Next up on the list for my 2023 pocket carry, a little something non-traditional, but traditional at the same time. And that is going to be the Case Trapper. So it is a traditional pocket knife, right? It's a slip joint, but not something that I usually carry all the time, just due to the fact that, I do favor some of the more modern folders, but I do enjoy these traditional slip joints. And this spent a lot of the time in my pocket just because I enjoy the aesthetics of it, its usefulness, and just really its simplicity. There's nothing fancy about it. I mean, you use two hands to open it. It's got some bone. It's got some nickel silver bolsters and some brass, and some very basic stainless steel. It does the job, and the great part is, with the Trapper, it comes with two blades. So, you're kind of always going to have some type of sharp edge if you maintain your knife, right? You use one for a while, you got a second one that's ready to go back during your time, maintain it, and you sharpen it, hone it, whatever you need to do, and you're ready to go. So I've just enjoyed carrying this. I do carry it in just a kind of a small slip, just for really keeping it from banging up on other things in my pocket, and just for comfort. it does kind of go in there. But this has been a fun carry, just kind of getting to, experience something simple, something traditional, right? The Case Trapper has spent a lot of time in my pocket in 2023. Okay, so we got 3 more knives that I have carried a lot. In no particular order, but by far the knife that I have carried the most. And if you watched my channel and you've mentioned, heard some things that I mentioned, you probably know what this knife is. It's going to be the Benchmade 940 Osborne. This knife, for a long time, was a knife that I wanted to get. It was a Grail knife. And it has exceeded every single one of my expectations that I've ever wanted in a pocket knife. It is excellent. It really does, in my opinion, if there is a thing to talk about, does the 940 live up to the hype? It does live up to the hype. It is an excellent knife. It is great. Just everything from its slim profile to, really sturdy blade to ease of function. Everything about it is just excellent. And I've really enjoyed carrying this knife. It has definitely been the most carried knife of 2023 and probably my favorite knife of 2023. So the Benchmade 940 has gotten a lot of pocket time for sure. All right, next knife up, without a question, definitely another one of my favorite knives, and that's going to be the Spyderco Paramilitary 2. And this one is going to come in with the Flytanium titanium Lotus scales. So it is modded, and it does have a sand-washed Lynch Northwest deep carry pocket clip on there as well. And this is just another great all-around knife. Again, nothing crazy. Really just hits home in terms of functionality, right? Just like the Manx 2 and the 940. It, doesn't look the most aesthetic, but it is by far super functional when it comes to pocket knives. It's got a purpose. It has great ergonomics. It has a really good blade steel and a really good blade shape. Nice full flat ground, and just really useful. And definitely one of my top favorite pocket knives for sure is that Spyderco Paramilitary 2, and that has seen a lot of pocket time. And lastly on our list, probably one of my newest knives in my collection, and really for me, one of the latest grails, besides the 940. It has been a grail knife for me. I've been wanting it. I did acquire it in 2023, and I have enjoyed carrying it. And that is going to be the ZT-0562 full titanium. This knife really is the definition for me, and really as far as I would want to go in terms of a heavy duty folder. It's thick blade stock, thick behind the edge, thick handle scales, just overbuilt in a way. This is as overbuilt as I would want to go for an EDC pocket knife. For me personally, anything that I would want to carry for function and purpose beyond this is just going to be a fixed blade, personally. So this is kind of the top-notch overbuilt EDC for me, besides the Benchmade Super Freak. That is also another contender, and I also kind of think that that one's a little bit better as a heavy-duty folder. But this one, for me, is going to be that kind of grail knife that as heavy-duty in all the aspects you want. Overbuilt, heaviness, the materials used. This is as far as I want to go. And this knife is just amazing to carry. It's great for cutting. It's great for slicing. It's comfortable to use. And it's really just a nice, high-quality built knife. I mean, you can tell the difference between, carrying a zero tolerance, right? Which they say it in their name, zero tolerance. Their tolerances are super tight, right? You can just tell the tolerance difference between that and, you know, something like Benchmade, right? Benchmade, you know, they're great. They do some things right. They've had some issues in the past, yada, yada, yada. But really, this is when you can tell the difference between the quality control, the precision, the attention to detail. This is where you tell that difference. And it's the small things that you notice, right? And that's been a really great thing and something I've enjoyed carrying the Zero Tolerance 0562 in titanium. So that kind of wraps it up for me for my top knives that I have carried in 2023. So I'll just lay them out here for you guys so that you remember. But these are by far the most carried knives for me in 2023. So really excited for what 2024 has to offer. Definitely hoping to get some new knives to show you guys and see kind of how my EDC and my knife selection changes for 2024. So stay tuned. And again, if you guys like this video, please make sure to subscribe and give this video a like. Thanks for watching, guys.